Flowers are another important thing to plan for. They're very important to most brides. So you need to say to yourself, what types of flowers are going to fit my day and my personality and the mood of the wedding? Do you want elegant flowers? Do you want fun flowers, colorful flowers? What are my wedding colors and how can I incorporate those colors into my flowers? If your girls are wearing a color like blue or red, you might want ribbons of those colors. If you're doing white, pink, yellow, light blue, you might want to incorporate flowers of those colors in your bouquets. If you're getting married in the fall, a mixed bouquet of autumn colors can be really gorgeous. And if you're getting married in the summer, a colorful array of more wild type flowers might suit your personality. When you go to pick out flowers, go to the florist shop on a typical wedding day, on a Saturday, in the summertime if you can, and ask to see flowers that they're doing for a wedding that day. You want to be sure that they're fresh and that they're attractively prepared and well packaged to be taken to the site. That's the best way to know what your flowers are going to be like. Not a standard bouquet that they show people anytime that they come in, but something they've actually done for a wedding. Ask them, can you come in on a Friday or Saturday and see some actual wedding flowers? I'm sure they'd be happy to show them to you, and if they're not, you might want to give that a second thought. Another thing to consider is the weight of the flowers. You're going to carry your bouquet down the aisle and back up the aisle. You want to be sure that it's not uncomfortably heavy or too long or too large to carry comfortably. Also consider your maid of honor, because when you get to the front, you're going to kiss your father goodbye, you're going to walk up to the front, and you're going to hand those flowers to your maid of honor, and she gets to hold them for the next half an hour of your wedding ceremony, in addition to her own flowers. So just take that into consideration when you're picking the size and the weight of your bouquet and your girls' bouquets. Now, real or silk? This comes up with a lot of brides. Some women love fresh flowers and they'd never consider having anything else. Other people recognize that silk flowers can be very beautiful and they're very durable. You don't have to worry about them getting delivered an hour before your wedding because they'll look just as good the day before. Do you want to keep your flowers? If you're using real flowers, you need to have in mind a way to preserve those flowers and delegate someone to be sure that that happens. If you're going on your honeymoon for a week, when you get back, your flowers will be dead. So if you really want them to be preserved, you need to be sure your mom or your sister can take them to the business that will preserve them for you, or at least take what preparations are necessary if you're going to preserve them yourself to be sure they stay in good conditions. Now, a traditional activity at the reception is throwing the bouquet. And you might want to have a separate bouquet, a smaller toss bouquet, that you can use during that ceremony rather than throw your own bouquet if you want to keep it. Another fun thing I've seen is a break apart bouquet for throwing at the reception that when it's thrown breaks into individual flowers, and a lot of different women can each catch a flower from your bouquet, and that can be a very moving, fun type of experience. Now, there's going to be flowers for people other than you and your bridesmaids. For starters, the groom and the groomsmen, you'll probably want boutonnieres for their jackets. Pick those out. Make sure they're not too large or too girly. Not all men are crazy about wearing flowers in the first place. And super important, be sure that you and other people in your wedding party know how to pin on a boutonniere. I've pinned on a lot of boutonnieres because frequently when that moment comes, everyone looks around and says, how the heck do you do this? So when you go to your florist, ask to be shown how to pin on a boutonniere. They'll show you. They've done it a million times. Be sure that your mom and a couple of the bridesmaids know how to do it so that when the time comes, the boutonnieres can be pinned on. A really special moment that can be captured on video and photographed is if your groom's mom or another special woman in his life pins on his boutonniere. It becomes not just a practical detail of something that needs to be done, but an emotional moment, a bonding moment between your future husband and someone meaningful to him. I frequently see the mothers tear up when they do that. That's the moment that it hits them. My little boy is getting married. This is the wedding. It may not have hit them yet that day, but that moment is like, wow, this is really happening. So try to reserve that special moment if you can for your fiance and a special person in his life. You'll want to get flowers for each of your moms or other women that are participating in your ceremony. Be sure you find out what the women that you're getting flowers for are wearing before you order the flowers. If they're wearing a strapless gown or a halter style dress or a very sheer fabric, a corsage pinned to their dress may not work very well. And in that case, a wrist corsage may work better. Know what color dress they're going to be wearing so that you can pick flowers that won't clash. You probably don't want blue flowers on a green dress. Just a thought. So involve those people with the flower decisions. Another few people that are nice to get flowers for are your personal attendant, your guest book attendant, and just any special people in your life that you just want the rest of the guests to recognize. Oh, she's someone special. She has flowers on. She must be a relative. She must be a close friend. That's just a nice way of acknowledging those people at your wedding.